What's up everyone, my name is Biku and I am here with my review of the Silverstone TJ07 and my personal rig. Nothing special, got a little bit of water cooling, but I love it, mainly because of the case, and I just thought I'd do a quick review of the Silverstone TJ07 because I love the case and there aren't really any good reviews of the case online, which saddens me because I love the case to bits. It's gorgeous, even though it was made in 2005. So right now in the beginning of 2016, it's just over 10 years old. I've only had it for about a year. There you can see my beautiful homemade Stormtrooper Episode 7 mask, which is kind of crap, but I love it. So let's start the review. Okay, this is the Silverstone TJ07 SW, the silver version with the window, as you can obviously see. I think the silver version looks good, looks better than the black version unmodded, because the black version, it kind of looks ugly with the silver insides. If you paint the black version on the inside, then it looks really good, because then it's all black. But I think silver with silver inside, it looks pretty good. Okay, as you can see, it's got a very, very big window. It is quite big, and then you've got the grille at the bottom where my radiator is. It passes all the way through to the other side. On the top you have two fans at the top grille. You can't put a radiator up there because of the way it's laid out, but it does support two fans. Yeah, the motherboard is too close to the top, and the grille actually goes down into the bottom and curves underneath the fan, so you can't put a radiator there without some extensive modding. Okay, in the front I have an XSPC reservoir, well, pump and reservoir combo, but you have 7 5¼ inch drive bays. Down the bottom here you have a little push. You push down here and then it pops open. It's got a little magnet over here that latches up in there. Usually when you buy it, either comes, you can either buy the USB 3.0 version, which is newer, and it comes with USB 3.0 ports, a headphone jack, USB 2.0 ports, and I think Firewire, but I don't know. My one came with Firewire, but that was the old one. I've taken it out just to put a simple 2 USB 2.0 ports and 2 USB 3.0 ports, 3¼ no. I think it's 3.5 inch drive bay thing. So that's there, and then you've got a very nice power switch, and then you have your drive bay indicators and hard drive activity LEDs and all that. Very, very nice anodized aluminum finish. The whole the case itself is one long piece of extruded aluminum that goes all the way around the bottom, from the top to the bottom, and it has been curved, and that's what makes up the large majority of the case. The whole case is able to be dismantled because the whole case is held together with screws and thumb screws. At the back here, usually you have two 92mm fans. I have taken them out because they were really noisy and really obnoxious. I do have the grills. Where are they? There we go. I was gonna put the grills back. On, but I don't have the right screws to do that, so I'm waiting for that. But otherwise, not really much difference. You've got 7 PCI lane, or not lanes, 7 PCI slots. Your your upright power supply, you can put 2 power supplies in this case. I've only got 1 because my radiator goes in the front over here. Yeah, as you can see, I'll take off the side panel. Come on. Beautiful brushed aluminum finish on the side panel. You can just see that. Don't know how well you can see that. There we go. beautiful brushed aluminum, although it does leave fingerprints fairly easily. Okay, on the inside, God, you can see my radiator is disgusting. I need to clean it again. Where I live, it gets really dusty, so it's really hard to keep your computers clean. But, and what can you do? Okay, now let's get into a little bit of my computer. I've got, the water cooling stuff is mostly by XSPC, the radiator, the pump, the water blocks, all of it is mostly XSPC. You can see my sleeving on the power cable is disgusting because the power supply comes with a lot of capacitors built into the cable, so I can't sleeve it properly. I have an i5 3470 or 3450 or something like that, I can't remember. I've got a Gigabyte GTX 760. Unfortunately, the GTX 760 you don't really get, this is the 2 gig version, you don't really get water blocks for it, so I've had to use a universal water block with some copper heat sinks for the RAM. I've got a 360 radiator. Okay. I can't remember if I've said this or not, but the motherboard can be taken out. Oh, sorry, I've got 8 gigs of RAM as well, just crappy mixed match RAM. The motherboard tray can be removed for easy. You can see here the screws. There's 6 screws here, here, there, and there. And then you could take out the motherboard. I can't because I've got the power cable running through the motherboard, or through the motherboard tray. So yeah, that's basically my computer. You can see on the inside, I don't know why they did this. I think because of cable management, but I don't like it. I want to put something else in. The mid plate that separates the basement from the top part of the computer has these very ugly holes in them. Has these very ugly holes in them, so you can see through. I don't like it. I'm thinking of putting a sheet of plexi in it or something like that, like blacked out plexi or something, just so it looks better. I'm also thinking about putting plexi or wood or metal or something over this so you can't see these lines in it. Yeah, here you can see better the single piece of extruded aluminium that's been curved all the way around. It's one piece that goes all the way around. That's why on these cases you can't get you can't really replace the side panels because the side panels are made for the case. So if you get a replacement one, not that they sell them to you, but if you get a replacement one, it won't fit correctly because each side panel is tailored to each specific case. Okay. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. My cable management could be a bit better. I'm just going to stop now and I'm going to turn the case around so I can show you the back, and then I'll be back now. Okay, here's the back side of the case. As you can see, there's the large grill at the bottom which allows the airflow to pass from the one side through to the other without any restriction, which is where I have my radiator. So let me just take the back panel off. And now you can have a look at my beautiful cable management. Sorry, it looks shit, and I know here where I've spliced some wires together, I've just used masking tape to get it correctly, which I know is not right, but it's the best I can do. And my hard drive is just double-sided tape to the bottom there, which I know is terrible, but what are you going to do? But otherwise, it looks okay, I think. Come on, guys. Looks okay, doesn't it? This is more or less the same as on the other side with this panel here. This is where all the 5 1/4 inch drives screw in. As you can see down here is the back side of my radiator where the tubing is connected in, my power supply. There it is. Here's the back of the motherboard tray. Here I've cut some holes in it to run cables, and I've cut this. Yeah, this cable management in this case is not the best when it comes out of the box. So as you can see here, I've cut away a piece of this, whatever it's called. I've cut away a piece of this so I can run cables behind the motherboard tray, because if you don't do that, it's this sits flush against the side panel, so there's no way to run cables here. As you can see, here's my SSD, just a simple 128 gig SSD. Yeah, as you can see, the whole, I don't know if I've said this already, but the whole case is put together not with rivets, but with screws. So you can screw the whole case together very easily. You can take it apart, clean it, do whatever you want. Even this grill here is screwed in. It's not bent in or something, it's actually screwed in. Just something to be wary. My case has a problem with some of the screws, especially with these things, where the screws were put in sideways, well, not sideways, but the threads don't line up and they were screwed in. So now I can't unscrew them without actually breaking the head off and taking it out and unscrewing and drilling the screw out. So just be wary about that. I don't know if it's a problem with all of them, but it's a problem with mine, so I can't really take it apart, but otherwise it's fine. And yeah, so this is my review of my case as well as the Silverstone TJ07. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.